The poll battle in 5 crucial states has finally come to an end. Now all eyes are upon March 10, a date which not only decide the roadmap for these 5 states, but also the future of many political parties. To talk about this more, today we have been joined by a renowned businessman and the husband of Congress General Secretary Priyanka Gandhi Vadra, Mr. Robert Vadra. Sir, thank you very much for talking to ETV Bharat. Sir, today because it is International Women's Day, so let's start this interview with a question regarding to the women of your life. Sir, Priyanka Gandhi Vadra has put a lot of efforts during these days for the assembly election. She has worked really hard, and not just in UP but in other states as well. She has campaigned in more than 340 assemblies. So according to you, where do you see her in politics as a woman struggling for the common man of our country?
First, I would like to say my best wishes for Women's Day to all the women and the girls of our country. And I would say that I'm quite proud of Priyanka, that she's doing a march today in Lucknow, and lots of women and ladies are joining her in the march. I think they see a new leader, they see a new hope, and they see that, you know, she's giving them a chance to be at par with men in parliament and everywhere. And I think, you know, she's really working hard for them. People have seen, and because of that, a lot of women are joining her, you know, in her road shows or in the door-to-door. And I think, you know, most importantly, she talks about safety for the women, not only, I mean, mainly in UP that is required, and all over our nation. And I think she talks about getting them jobs, which is a real need, and medical help because of all the variants that keep coming by. And, you know, so I think, yes, I think the nation has seen how hard she's worked, and in UP and all over the other places of election. And I think there's a lot of hope, and she's going to work fearlessly for the people and the women especially.
Sir, if we talk about UP in particular, so she has brought a new model of politics. Congress party has given tickets to those women who have struggled in their lives. So this is a new meaning to politics, because till date we have seen that UP politics is more related to religion and caste based. So whatever be the results, do you believe that Priyanka Gandhi and Congress party will leave a mark in these elections?
Firstly, I know that she's very secular, her thoughts, and she would keep all caste, creed, and religion aside. She would definitely give all women, you know, equal rights, and definitely, I think I'm happy that she's given them tickets and a chance to fight. And I think that you will see all over the nation. And as I said, she'll make sure the women are at par with men in parliament and everywhere she gets a chance. So they do see hope in her, and they will come out, and everybody wants to join her. And, you know, I support her fully, and I'm going to be here supporting her all the way. I do worry about her security, and I do worry, you know, that she stays safe. And the children keep asking me that is she safe or not, especially after Lakhimpur, where the Chief Minister of UP had her arrested, and she went to see the people the family of the people who had died. It was a COVID era, and she cleaned her place with a jharu, and he said she's only fit for cleaning a place and so on. But he changes his same opinion when the Prime Minister takes out a jharu and says Swachh Bharat. And, you know, a person with that kind of a vision for a state which is so large in the heart of our country has to be thought about. And if people are going to, you know, they want to change, and this is their chance for a change. And I feel that no matter what the results are, Priyanka will be working double hard and more for the people, and finding out whatever their issues are to try and find a resolve for them.
Sir, if we look at the larger picture, according to you, where is Congress party standing right now in these 5 states? Because yesterday exit polls have come and they are not much in favor of Congress.
I truly don't believe in exit polls, and also I'm not in active politics at the moment, so I can't really have a in-depth analysis on this. I think it's that as a layman, I would say that the country needs a change, and people want to change wherever we've gone door to door and wherever people have approached us. And I think, as I said, and I reiterate that if we do well or don't do well, I think our efforts, or Priyanka and Rahul and my mother-in-law's efforts and the Congress's efforts will be to give as much of hard work as hard, and if not more, and understand what went wrong where and how they can resolve that. But I think that's still a way, we have to wait for the results, and I do hope that people have given Congress a chance to, to resolve their problems, which they're unheard, as the farmers were unheard, as the people who were leaving when the lockdown was there, they were unheard. People without jobs are unheard, and the women's safety are unheard. So these issues can be rectified by the Congress, by my family.
Sir, as you have mentioned just now, so are you planning to come in politics, because general elections are also coming in? You have been in public service from a very long time. Everyone has seen you working for the people, raising their issues. So are you planning to join politics anytime soon?
This is a question I've been asked for I think, ever since I joined the family. I mean, people don't really differentiate between a businessman and a powerful family, a political powerful family like that. They would feel that they've also seen me work very hard with, for all people, maybe, blind school, or people who are unwell, or, elderly people. And they feel that, that you do so much of work, and you've also worked with in your father's factories all over, and basically with all the workers, that you understand them, and you sit with them, and you sit on their charpais and you understand overall. It's just that you have to understand the people if you want to make the change for them. You have to be on the ground to make the change. And I do that very often, but I don't look at it from a political angle. I just do it when I'm on a spiritual visit to a mosque or a temple, or I'm helping out in some society or the other. But people do have a demand for me. People have demand from all parties to come and join them. But obviously, I'm with my family, I'm with the Congress, I'm going to support them. And right now, my focus is on Priyanka's safety and supporting Priyanka. And when I will talk to my family, and when they feel it's correct, the right time, I will be joining politics.
Sir, but don't you believe that right now Congress needs someone who connects more to the ground, to the people, and because you have been working really hard for the people of this country, so it is the right time to join politics, to join Congress for some kind of support?
Yes, I'm always there to support Priyanka and the Congress. And I think Priyanka, the focus is on Priyanka, and it should be on Priyanka. She's working very hard. And I think I don't want to disrupt that. I don't want to take that away from her. And I think I do my social works, and I do go back to Moradabad very often, and various other places where people all feel that I should represent them and make the change, and do development in their states also, or their areas also. And the time will come, and right now the focus is for Priyanka, and I'll keep doing the social works I do, and taking up all the issues that the government tries to hide.
So we can say that whenever you'll decide to join politics, your focus will be more on Moradabad, which is your hometown.
I haven't decided as yet, but yes, I've had family businesses there. I've had ancestors there. I've had, worked with the people on the ground a lot. I do go back and forth to do my social works there as well. People would like me to represent them in Moradabad or many other places. I've already got demands and requests, and also, as I said, from different parties. But obviously, my focus is with the Congress, and I haven't really decided where. And when the time comes, I will be doing it. But I think I'm going to take a step soon.
So my last question to you is because a lot of issues have been going on between Ukraine and Russia. A war has erupted. An evacuation process is going on. Government has putting its efforts, but Congress is somehow alleging that government is late. These steps would have been taken long back, and that would be much better because our students are struggling there for their safety. Two of them have also lost their lives. So do you agree with that?
See, I see a lot of optics going on, that what can be done, what should be done, and so on, because I think, if media is afraid to carry it, sometimes I feel social media is very powerful, and everybody via social media does reach out. And whatever I'm speaking is out of experience. I saw the videos of two girls who are medical students who've been there for a while, and they have been crying out for help, and they've been trying to reach the embassy, and they were not being able to, so they had a real-time call that came about. They're saying the embassy is not picking up the phone. The messages that they get is to try and get to the borders, which is 800 kilometers, which is, it's not possible to get there. But I've seen that, they created a portal to write a form, fill up a form with all your details and passport details and so on, but those forms are not going through. Then they cry about, basically, they're saying that, their students are they're walking for miles to reach different areas, safety zones, and it's cold there, it's freezing there. I think war is the worst thing that can happen at this time, or any time, and I think that, leaders should not be thinking about creating their legacy, and I'm sure at the table a lot of decisions can be made and discussed and talked about, but I find a lot of similar issues here that at the time of COVID, at the time of the farmers' laws that were put out, at the time of because of COVID, no jobs were there. When lockdowns were there, there was no help for the people. So in all these large international issues, the government should involve all parties and sit and make have a consensus and have some resolve that what they can do. And, only then will our country progress, and we'll be safe, and, more hospitals and medical needs. And, there's no point repealing those laws for the farmers if for a year they've been struggling and sitting on the road. And, you have people on lockdowns. When even Priyanka got the buses to have them shifted to UP to their villages, those buses were stopped. So a lot of this kind of bickering should not be there. We should all be sitting above party lines and, sit together and make some consensus for the progress of the country. But yes, ministers have gone to various places in Ukraine and so on, and they start talking about please shout out slogans or giving them some kind of talk. But obviously the authorities there said, please don't do all this optics and all this media thing. You should definitely help them and take them back or do some kind of support system. And we saw it all on video footage. So whatever I'm saying is out of experience, out of proof, out of exposure, that this is all optics. A lot of things can be done. Unfortunately, we lost two students, and may their soul rest in peace, and I feel terrible for their family. My condolences. But having said that, the government needs to do much more hard work, much more ways of taking them out, because everybody's reading it on social media, and we are all very worried for the students there.
Sir, while Congress party is raising the issues of students, but government is somewhere blaming Congress, saying that this is the time where they should not do politics, and there should be a united stand of India, and there should be no different opinions between the political parties. So what is your take on that?
How can you say that? I mean, there will be a difference of opinion if you're going to go there and make slogans, and the administration there is telling our ministers to not to, do all optics and slogans and things like that. Find ways of helping them, find ways of supporting them, find ways of, they're fearing for their lives, and how to support them, how to actually evacuate them. So obviously parties will do their job and say, the opposition parties say that, that this is incorrect. Find proper methods and ways and involve us, and we can also have a collective mind to help and think how we can evacuate these medical children. And their parents are very, very afraid and worried, and they come to the Congress party and for help. They come to us for help. They come to my house and my office are requesting, what can we do? Can you help us this way, that way? So obviously we have to voice our opinion. The Congress has to voice their opinion.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
For ETV Bharat. So this was Mr. Robert Vadra, who said that he will take a decision to join politics after discussion with his family. Right now, he's in support with his wife, Priyanka Gandhi Vadra, and for Congress party. And whatever will be the decision will be announced after talking to his family. This is Nyamika Singh reporting from Delhi for ETV Bharat. So because BJP has been putting a lot of allegations upon you, and I just wanted to know whether this is the only reason why you haven't joined politics till date, and if you do so in future, so how are you going to deal with it?
See, since last 10 years, I found not only the BJP, but other parties like Aam Aadmi Party, they have been creating some false rumors and accusations on me, which is totally false. And when they needed proof for that, they also sent me, they tried to intimidate me with the agencies, the Enforcement Directorate. And also, every few months, they send us notices and from the Income Tax Department. And when they raided my office, they took 23,000 documents, and which the Enforcement Director has. And every time the Income Tax Department comes about, they know that there's an assessment and reassessment, and still all penalties have been paid. But this is only a modus they use to when they are cornered or have troubles in their government, to use Robert Vadra as, and highlight that. When I was asked all kinds of questions at the Enforcement Directorate, from when I earned my first rupee to what I am today, everything was answered very well. I'm here to answer everything. And it's all, the main thing is that it's the reason being that I'm associated to the Gandhi family, and because of that, and I'm in business, so they will try and find something or the other to create something or the other which is totally incorrect and which is false. And I think every question has been answered. I think all documents have been taken. I think the Income Tax Department has looked at everything. So I'm totally clear. But I have used definitely the courts and the legal methods to try and fight this. But I think what happens is they don't differentiate between me being a businessman and just being part of a political family. So if I want to fight them, I'll have to fight them in Parliament. So on the same platform, whatever accusations are put on me, I'll be able to fight it with full vigor and with a platform from the same political platform. Also, being in politics, I would be able to do all my social work in a very large scale, and I think that's what my objectives are. But yes, these accusations have taught me to become stronger, and I'm ready to face any other accusations from any party, because there's no wrongdoing in my business. Everything is very clear. I'm sitting here. I'll never leave the country and go, and I'll answer every question that is asked.